Hi, Ricardo for Don Ricardo Foods. So we're at the cooking stage now of the Fajita Lime Fajita Mix. And we're doing chicken today, and I've had the package that I prepared earlier of veggies frying. We did want to do a pre-frying of the veggies in this case. You can do it all at once. These have been on just a little over 5 minutes. You do want to time it to where I don't mind having it a little extra cooked and almost caramelized as far as the onions and stuff. If you don't want it that cooked up, then you do less time, or you put it in all at once. Or if you want them nice and crunchy, put them in after the chicken. This is all preference. So as I mentioned before, the red sauce mix is similar. So you can put everything in at once. You can put the beef in a little bit earlier, or the veggies in a little earlier. Again, we're just depending on the consistency you want between the actual meat and the veggies. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken in. As I put the chicken in, I'll a few more tips, and I'll talk about what we did to prep. And the reason we started partway into this, because I don't, as always, I don't want to take a lot of people's time and just show you a video of something frying for too long, and be respectful of everything. So here we put the chicken in, and the way I prepped this pan was, the skillet was, I put a little bit close to 2 tablespoons, because it is a rather big skillet, and it's about 3 pounds of chicken. And so I put nearly 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's our go-to oil for cooking on a medium to high heat. That's where I have it set. If I go on high heat, I like to use an avocado oil because it's for high heat, but olive oil will work fine, or your favorite cooking oil. And then what I did is I'm spreading it around kind of evenly, and then I'll start to mix it. Okay, and so if you like, you can use a cast iron skillet, kind of get more of that, and butter, and kind of get more of that blackened look that fajitas sometimes have with the burnt type of edges a little bit. That's a little hard to do, but it's not impossible. I prefer to go ahead and just have some of the juices in there, and so it keeps them nice and tender. It's up to you. Again, a lot of these things are cooking. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm mixing this around. As you can see the veggies and the color and everything starting to come together. And then I'll let it sit for a bit. And if you want to do this outside on a barbecue grill, whether it's gas or charcoal, you can do it if you have the type of grill, obviously, that will allow you to put like a cast iron grate on there that really doesn't have holes, so that you can manage to cook it and try and get that look, achieve that look too. So we'll let it settle here for a little bit. I'll mention a couple other things as we're letting it cook through. You can cover it with an actual cover and have the heat recirculate so that you can get more bang for your buck as far as the heat being produced, and a little more evenly and quicker cooked. Or what I like to do is I put just kind of a splatter guard mesh cover over it. So we're still having some stuff evaporate, but at the same time we're kind of protecting ourselves because we are using a medium to high heat here. And then we let it sit for a bit, and then we stir it up again so that we're making sure everything's evenly cooked, and stuff at the bottom we bring to the top, and vice versa. So with that being said, again, we're doing it a little different as we did the red beef. We didn't put everything at once because we want our veggies this time, in our particular case, to be a little more cooked and a little more tender, and caramelized look as far as the onion. And so we'll go ahead and stir a little bit more. And we do want to cook too, because it's chicken. We don't have the choice of doing like a medium rare or anything, obviously, because we don't want foodborne illness. So we do want to get it to 165 degrees internal temperature of the chicken, which should be easily achieved since they're all cut into the strips that we showed earlier on the prep. And as you can see, it's starting to get cooked, and you can see if you could get close enough, if you were here in front of it, maybe you can see it in the camera. We do have all the spices that are in there. You can see that the mix did mix with the chicken and the veggies, and it looks beautiful, and it smells great. And any of those of you who also are worried about, because we put the shot of tequila in there, it's no big deal. That evaporates. Alcohol has a very low flash point, so it's dissipating as we speak. So there is not going to be any alcohol content in this by the time we're ready to eat it. So again, we stirred it up. We'll probably stir this a couple of more times before it's ready. And looks like we've got some of the uncooked stuff towards the bottom. And we'll cover it again for a little bit. So that's basically what you do at this point. You stir it up 3 or 4 times. It's probably going to take about another maybe 5 minutes to be fully cooked. And there's your chicken fajita mix. We'll probably do a shrimp one sometime later, but I think chicken's the most popular. And if you watch the mixing video, you got that down. If you watch the food prep, how to cut these veggies and stuff, that's great. And this is the final part to it, besides sitting back, enjoying and eating it. So thank you for logging on and checking into DonRicardoFoods.com, browsing it rather, I should say. And if you're watching us on YouTube, as I've always said, look up DonRicardoFoods.com, browse it. You'll find some great, interesting products and a lot of help, kitchen help, with tips and how to cook, even veggie prep. So thanks for visiting, and thanks for your purchases. Bye.